Welcome everybody to a game called Glitch, a choices matter type game, and it really does matter because there are 26 different endings, and any of these endings could lead to you dying. I guess there's only a couple of good endings, and we have to try to find every single ending in this game to get a good ending. So if you guys cool with that, you down with that? Everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go! It was nearly midnight when it happened. The glitch. The damn glitch appeared. The glitch came at the same time as a noise at the window, waking you up. What do? I'll check the clock. I'll check the window. I'll check my phone. Let me check my phone real quick, big dog. Even the phone glitched. Call someone, access the internet. Let me call somebody one time. You call a friend, but all you hear is noise. Try someone else. Let me call a family member, see if they care. You make the call, but all you hear is a hiss, and that hiss seems to go beyond the phone. I'm going to find the source of this noise. Is the noise inside my head? Let's say I'm gonna find the source of this noise. Walking through the house, you notice the sound seems to be coming from beyond the front door. Open the door. You open the door and find a gigantic void. Has the world disappeared? Touch the void, observe the void. I feel like if I touch the void, that's gonna be my first bad ending of this game, so let's just observe the void. As you stare at the void, it grows. It grows and all other things disappear. The void surrounds you. When you realize you've already become involved with the void, it is pulsating, alive. But where are my clothes, though? Did the void take my clothes? Why am I naked? The glitch spreading around the world invades you, corrupting. Ending. Corrupt data. The description of the game said that everything in this game is hand-drawn, so I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, every choice I make leads to a different ending. So instead of checking our phone, why don't we go check the window this time? What was that? Probably nothing. I better approach with caution. Let me approach with caution. What's that? People sliding down the street? Like I'm sliding into some DMs? I'll open the window and see it clearly. This is strange. Better close the window. I don't want to die right now, so I'm gonna close the window. Wait, they're all looking at me. They're looking at me because I made a bad decision. Am I going to die? The door. Better close the door. I'll face them. You know what? Fuck it. I'm dead anyway. You charge with a roar, and they come in through the window. If that's my fighting stance, I know I'm getting my ass whooped right now. Attack or run? Bro, I'm not a pussy boy. I'm gonna attack. Punch after punch, you fight off the invaders until you drop from exhaustion. Bro, why do I look like I'm punching sperm in the face? They're gone. They better be gone. They look like little spermies, dude. Exhausted, you disappear into the shadows and fall asleep. The next day, you wake up to a gray, empty, and destroyed world. It's as if you were the last survivor of a catastrophe. Ending. End of the world. That was some 28 days later type stuff right there. Like, I was punching sperm in the face, and then I woke up to nobody being in the world. That makes no sense. I'm gonna check the window again, but let's approach with caution, and then we're not gonna attack this time. Let's just say... Actually, I'll open the window and see it clearly. You open the window, and they're even faster. What if I join them? Yeah, let me slide. Let me slide right in. The phenomenon attracts you. You go through the window to observe it closely. I'll try to join them. I'll just watch it for a bit. Let me just watch it for a little bit. You come closer to observe the phenomenon. It's amazing. You stay, and the speed of those beings get you distracted. You end up in front of them, causing a collision so intense that it disintegrates your body. Ending. Impact. I want to check the window again. So I'm going to approach with caution, and then I'm just going to close the window. So the door. Better close the door. You close the door, but they come in through the window. I'll try to escape. You struggle to escape the invaded house, taken over by a feeling of helplessness. Running. You escape, but fear haunts you. The world now seems dark and chaotic. You can't stop ever again. They're everywhere. Ending. Run! Okay, let me go back to checking my phone one more time. And then let's try to access the internet. The news. What's happening to the world? Access social media? Yeah, because they'll tell me something better than the news ever can. Smiles. It's just pictures of smiles everywhere. I'll try to find something else. Why the fuck is everybody smiling? Smiles. 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 And more smiles. 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 And more smiles. Everything smiles. It doesn't matter if it's fake or not. I have to smile. And keep smiling. Smiling like everyone else. You've been found and taken to the emergency. Now, alone in the room, you can hear several others laughing throughout the hospital. Ending. Fake smile. Let me check the phone again. But instead of checking social media, why don't we keep browsing more of the news? The world became a strange place. It's madness. You retreat to your room, watching the world through a bright screen. Fire, destruction, war. The sun has been blocked by a dense cloud and humanity takes its last breaths. Scared, you can only keep watching the drastic changes in the world. Ending. Shocked. I'm trying to get every ending on every path so I don't forget which paths I've taken. So let me call someone again. And then I think that I try to call a family member. So let me call someone else because my family doesn't really fuck with me like that. Silence. No one answers. It's as if the world has gone silent. Is this a dream? What's happening? Am I going crazy? Let's try, is this a dream? You touch your own face and notice it's gone. This can't be. Despair takes over. Your face is gone. Weak, without breathing, you fall lifeless. The glitch took your life. I know that I say this all the time, but this really does look like my balls. Ending. Hyperventilation. Yo, that really did look like my balls, bro. Just put a few squiggly hairs. Yo, why was he clean bald? I guess he was bald anyway. But let me check my phone, and then let me try to call a family member, and then I think that there was one more option. You make the call, but all you hear is a hiss, and that hiss seems to go beyond the phone. Is the noise inside my head? Yeah, there we go. In the bathroom, the mirror reveals the source of the noise, and it's inside your head. Nah, that shit's in my throat, bro. Touch it, pull it out, let me touch it. Touching the source of the noise causes intense pain in your fingers and inside your body. Call a doctor. Bro, you called other people and they didn't answer. Let me have a drink. You drink a little and there is a momentary relief. Then the source of the noise seems to be coming back even bigger. Call for help or drink more. Let me drink my problems away. You try to solve the problem by drinking. And at first there is a little relief. And then it comes back even worse. Oh shit. Ending from inside. So we're back to this guy opening that mouth up. And then we are going to touch it. Wait, pull it out, right? There you go. You pull the source of the noise and it starts coming out. Yeah, because that's how noise works. More and more, it seems to have no end. The noise is still there. Damn, that shit long as fuck. That shit girthy. The more you pull, more noise comes out. It's suffocating. The noise takes over everything, fills you, and leaks. Come on, bro. The full chest and no longer can breathe. Wait, did I read that wrong? I did. The full chest can no longer breathe. Ending. Suffocating. Yeah, that bitch was long and girthy with a vein down the middle. Yo, that thing had like a Euro curve or something. But I think that we're done going down that path. Please. I'm going to check the window again. And then we are gonna say, probably nothing. It's dark outside, but I can see someone there. With all that ass, too. Wait and see what they'll do. Scream and threaten to call the police, aka the Karen method. Let's wait and see what they'll do. Oh, shit. Run! Close the window. The window can't handle the strength of that thing! What now? The creature reaches you beyond any barrier, and in the middle of the shadows, there it stretches and deforms itself, opening a giant mouth. The beast pulls you into its mouth, clamping your head between its large teeth. Ending. Devoured. Bro devoured me whole. Alright, so let's just say probably nothing with the window again. And then this time we'll say scream and threaten to call the police. They're gone? Better lock the door. Better get something to defend myself. Yeah. You hold the knife, knowing the intruder can still appear anywhere in the house. Hide in the kitchen or hide in the bathroom. With this baby-ass knife? I guess I'll hide in the bathroom. You lock yourself in the bathroom. Alert. Something moves in the shadows. The mirror? How strange. I don't remember this mirror. Yeah, I don't remember myself being that ugly too. Suddenly you feel a sick. There's something wrong. It feels broken. Ending. Broken. So let's get something to defend ourselves again. But instead of hiding in the bathroom, we are gonna hide in the kitchen. It's here. Try to defend yourself, try to escape. After seeing this dude with that snatched waist, I think I could take him. I'm gonna defend myself. There you go. You hit the invader and start an intense fight until you fend off the creature and fall from exhaustion. Yeah, take that, bitch. Is it over? Exhausted, you disappear in the shadows and fall asleep. The next day, you wake up to a gray, empty, and destroyed world. What? Bro, he fell asleep after fighting a guy? What a pussy, dude. Okay, I already got that ending, though. So this time, instead of defending ourselves, let's try the other option. This time, we're gonna say, better lock the door. You get to the door in time and hold it and prevent a violent invasion. Hold firmly. You hold the door with all your strength, determined not to let anything in, until you hear a noise coming from inside the house. Turn around. You turn around and a pale figure reaches out, touching your chest, spreading a freezing substance throughout your chest. It's spreading! Icy roots spread over the skin, forcing their way into the body. The next day, only a clean skeleton remains. Everything has been drained, consumed. Bro, that looked like a Google image of a skeleton, bro. That's a science class skeleton if I've ever seen one. Come on, bro. Ending skeleton. No, ending science class skeleton. Fuck you mean? All right, so we're gonna lock the door. And then what option did I choose? Hold firmly. Use the door against this thing. You let the beast's arm pass through, then crush it with the door. A white, icy liquid sprays over you. Yeah, take that, bitch. The liquid spreads. Oh, no! Come on, bro. The science class skeleton again. Okay, I think that we've checked every path with I'll check the window and I'll check my phone. So now we are going to check the clock. The clock no longer tells the time. It's just noisy and glitchy. Turn it off. You press the button, but nothing happens. Pull the cable. Reaching toward the wall, you grab and pull the cable. It didn't work. The watch is still on, and there's something leaking out of it and flying towards your skin. I should leave the clock to clean my skin. The particles stick with impressive adhesion. Try to remove it? Better get out of this room? No, try to remove it. Besides being sticky, the particles are too heavy. You can't keep your body upright. I can't bear this weight. Your body is covered by particles. The weight turns you into a sculpture. And as a sculpture, you see yourself spending the rest of your days in an empty gallery. No one sees you, your body trapped in an eternally muffled scream. Who the fuck put me in that gallery? Somebody just found my lifeless body, decided to sell me to some gallery, and was like, look, my art. But now that these little particles are going on me, I am going to try to stop the clock. You press the button over and over, accelerating as the discomfort of trying doesn't work. Time itself seems faster with each click. Hit the clock. You strike the device in a tiring sequence. Your body gets heavier and heavier. The time. It's not just a feeling. Time is consuming you. It seems to be accelerating without control. Your body is reduced to a dry corpse, a mummy in modern times. Ending. Mummified. Instead of pulling the cable, let's hit it. You strike the clock and hope that something inside will rearrange itself and work as before, but nothing happens. That's definitely the J way, everybody. I've hit a few electronic devices, and sometimes it actually works. And I'm kind of like, all right, let me hit it again. It worked. The device breaks and reveals something moving inside. Pull it, turn the clock, and wait for it to fall. When you turn the device over, a mysterious reddish bubble starts to come out. You know how I said that this guy's head looked like my ballsack? Actually, never mind. Touch the bubble, run away from this thing. Let me run away. You manage to escape the house, jumping out as the bubble grows. From afar, the bubble can be seen between the houses. You run away from it to try to start over somewhere else. It took everything. Ending. Start over. It's late. I better look into the clock problem tomorrow. Go back to bed. But there's a heavy feeling in the air. Oh, I could just go back to sleep? I'll get up ready to fight. It's nothing, I'm going to sleep. Let me go to sleep. With your eyes closed, you can hear the door open. I'll pretend I didn't hear it. You pretend you didn't hear anything. Not even the noise close to your face. Ignore it. You keep your eyes closed so everything is filled with a deep silence. What now? The creature takes advantage of the proximity, stretches out as thin tentacles, and invade your body. It's in you now, like a parasite. It fills you, it dominates your will. Ending. Parasite. Yeah, I didn't even know that I could go back to sleep. I don't even think that there's an option to do that. Where's the option to not do anything? I don't want to look at my phone. I don't want to check the clock. I don't want to check the window. I don't want to check shit. How do I just ignore it? What the fuck? That is so weird. Okay, ignore it. There you go. That's what you have to do. If you ignore it, then you go back to going to sleep. All right, cool. So let's say hide under the bed. Under the bed, you can see the door opening. Stay here. In silence, you see a pair of pale legs enter the room and walk around the corners. Pale is an understatement. These bedsheet ghost-ass legs. You ever seen the sun? You ever heard of vitamin D, my boy? Wait here. After a pause in front of the walls, the intruder appears to leave. A message? Carefully and slowly, you emerge from hiding and realize that the intruder has left a macabre message. I'll come back until I find you. Now, every day, you'll have to prepare for a new invasion. Ending. It will happen again. Who the fuck is this person and why do they come for me? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, let me check the clock and then ignore it. And then once the person comes in, then I'm definitely gonna open my eyes. And then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I whoop your ass. Maybe I don't, or maybe I do. We'll find out. It's a surprise, bitch. So I'll get up ready to fight. You get up and pick up a dumbbell, but you intend to use it for self-defense. What is that, a 2.5 dumbbell, pussy boy? I'm going to leave the room and face whatever I see. Outside the room, the house is dark. You feel footsteps running around you, taunting you. Come out and face me! Try to strike the intruder in the dark. Yeah. You hit something in the dark and hear the shattering of glass. Is it a mirror? You don't remember that mirror. What a strange feeling. Suddenly you feel sick. There's something wrong. It feels broken. Okay, we've gotten that ending already. Okay, so I'm gonna hide under the bed again. But this time, once the door opens, I am going to leave. You dare and launch yourself out of the room, heading for the rest of the house. In the shadows. From the shadows, you see a distant silhouette. It looks like a person in your path. Oh my! Why did that actually get me? That was so stupid. It came at me in like 2 frames per second and it still scared me. Ending creature. That creature got me. That creature made my butthole tighten up a little bit. So I'm going to get up and fight with my little baby dumbbell. This cute ass dumbbell. I'm going to leave the room and face whatever I see. I'll wait for the intruder to come in here. You hide behind the door and wait for the intruder to come in. That's how I'm waiting for this guy? You can feel someone approaching. Attack? Let me wait a little longer. You wait attentively, then someone enters your room. The pale figure is unsteady, moving jerkily. Try to escape? Let me observe it a little bit more. The thing noticed and saw you, and is walking like a runway model, like some New York Fashion Week type shit. I was ready this time. Didn't scare me though. Ending, Invader. So I'm gonna wait for the intruder to come back, but instead of waiting a little bit more, I'm whooping his ass. Attack. In a quick movement, you advance and hit the pale figure in your room, but the blow makes you feel weird. What a strange feeling. Suddenly you feel a sick... Oh my gosh, this again? So what, am I just attacking myself? Is the demon that I'm so worried about myself? I don't really know which paths I'm gonna take though. Because now I don't know what I did and what I didn't do. But I know that I have a few more for here. So let me get up ready to fight. And then this time I'm just gonna go for him. I'm going to leave the room and face whatever I see. Oh shit, no. Hold on, you feel footsteps running around you, taunting you. Come on and face me! A face is revealed in the shadows. Face it. You roar to scare the creature away, as you would scare away a wild animal, but it doesn't work. What now? The creature reaches you beyond any barrier, and in the middle of the shadows, there it stretches and deforms itself, opening a giant mouth. Okay, he's gonna devour me. Let me get my dumbbell again, and then I'm gonna leave the room and face whatever I see. But this time, instead of attacking him, I am going to... Actually, wait. We're gonna run away. Seized by fear, you run through the shadows, hoping to escape the worst. Run! Aw, come on, bro. I'm so sick of getting devoured by this big mouth bitch. So I don't know what other paths we can take, so I'm gonna say it's nothing. I'm going to sleep. But then I know that I kept my eyes closed, so I'm gonna open my eyes this time. There's something here in your room. It wasn't your imagination. What do you say? What do you want from me? Go away! All bitch-made choices, but I'm just gonna say, what do you want from me? The thing jumps on you and laughs. Your insecurity amuses it. Invaded. The creature takes advantage of the proximity. Okay, we already got this ending. This is a wild view, though. So I'm gonna say it's nothing. I'm going to sleep. And then I'm gonna open my eyes. But this time, I'm gonna ask it the other thing. I'm gonna say, or I'm not even gonna ask it anything. I'm gonna say, go away! The thing gets to you in the blink of an eye, squeezing your leg and pulling you out of bed. Dragged. The creature pulls you by the leg towards the shadows. The shadows swallow you. Ending. Taken. Damn. That one's actually pretty brutal. Okay, the window one, I'm gonna try to approach with caution. And then instead of joining them, I'm gonna open the window so I can see it more clearly. And then I'm gonna say, I'll wave and see if they notice me. I'm just gonna be like, hey, everybody. You wave and that mysterious being seems to notice your presence. Can you teach me how to do this? The being raises its hand and seems to invite you to participate in their activities. Will you try, even though you are so different? Yes, I'll try. You try hard and do your best, but all your effort isn't enough. I need to be better. Overcome by exhaustion, you give in, you pass out or fall asleep, only waking up the next day. When you wake up, the world around you is dark and unfamiliar. You are completely lost. Ending. Lost. Okay, so there are other paths with the window one that I haven't done yet. Okay, so let's take that path again, but instead of asking, can you teach me how to do this, let's say, can you take me with you? In the blink of an eye, a pale hand comes through the glass and grabs you. The mysterious being takes you with him, running fast like a comet. But your body can't handle the speed and breaks into pieces. Ending. External pressure. Bro is just grabbing my head as all my guts were flying out. Okay, so we have 21 out of 26 endings. So 5 more endings that we gotta get. There's gotta be something else here. Let's just say it's nothing. I'm going to sleep. And then I'll pretend I didn't hear it. You pretend you didn't hear anything, not even the noise coming close to your face. Let me scream. You scream for help when you open your eyes and see that there really is something in the room, but it's useless. What now? Okay, I keep getting devoured, bro. So you know when the noise was in my mouth? I think I said have a drink. This time I'm gonna call the doctor. You make a call seeking medical help, and the phone works. Help! An ambulance picks you up to treat your symptoms, and it seems like the whole world has been taken over by a dense shadow. The doctor sees you, gives you medication and a lamp. It is yours to carry and will help you see the path in the shadows outside. Ending. A spark of hope. So with this ending, I turned the clock and waited for the whatever this thing is to fall. This time we're gonna pull it. The thing inside the clock pulls your hand with full force. Pull your hand back or let yourself get sucked in. That is wild. Let me pull my hand back. You use your foot to push the clock with all your strength, arms shaking. The bite. You did it. You managed to pull your hand. But the clock won't let you go. He said, not so fast, buckaroo. Ending. Bite. Yo, what the heck was that thing? Okay, let me hit the clock again. And then, instead of trying to pull it out, let me actually do this one. Let myself get sucked in. The suction force is unbearable. It seems the only option is to give in. Inside the clock. Swallowed, you find yourself alive with an improbable abyss, which seems to have no bottom. And you're not in a perpetual fall. You were condemned to be thrown up and down without ever touching the ground. Ending. Abyss. So we are one more ending away, everybody, from the secret ending. I just don't know where we're gonna go from here. This time I'm gonna find the source of this noise. Walking through the house, you notice the sound seems to be coming from beyond the front door. Open the door. You open the door and find a gigantic void. Has the world disappeared? Touch the void. Let me observe the void. As you stare at the void, it grows, and all things disappear. The void surrounds you. Okay, I did do this one. So I guess we'll go back to that, and then this time we'll touch the void. So yeah, this time we're gonna touch the void. You touch the void, and it is dense like a gel that envelops you and pulls you away. Taken by the void. The void takes you. The whole body seems to obey a law beyond the natural ones. From here, you notice the others going through the same situation. Unreachable, equally trapped in this dense void. Ending. Spiral. And there you go, everybody. The secrets. Several points on the planet were struck by small objects from space. The small meteors disintegrated in the atmosphere. And if they did fall, they fell as brittle particles. Upon impact with the ground, these too shattered. The seemingly harmless meteor shower ended up bringing with it an unexpected visitor. We call it Cryptococcus icevolis. You couldn't have found an easier name to say? A fungus that arrived in the form of spores and spread through the wind in various life forms. Unlike the cryptococci, this variant does not cause meningitis in the human body. The fungus invades through the nostrils and travels through the bloodstream to the nervous system, where it acts on electrical impulses and brain chemistry. The body is forced into a state of hibernation while it becomes a breeding ground for more spores. The victim's mind becomes trapped in confusing, often frightening dreams. The part of humanity still untouched by the fungus was tasked with studying the phenomenon and discovering its weakness. The salvation was a treatment involving a combination of briefly cooling the body temperature and applying a mild electrical current to the spine. After awakening, the infected person tends to become immune to a second infection and carries with them the full conviction that the fungus had an intelligence of its own, capable of controlling what they dreamed during the forced hibernation. Among survivors, reports of pale, slender figures in nightmares caused by the infection become common. Humanity imagined that life outside of Earth could invade the planet, but not that the invasion could be of our bodies. Words from the author. Now that you know the game's story, this is a little bit of the story behind the story of this project. To create this experience, I used many of my negative experiences, which intensified in the year 2025. The game is a metaphor for my anxiety, my depression, and all of the psychological symptoms of the disorders that almost led me to give up in 2025. Oh shit. Each scene in the game, from beginning to end, is a psychological factor acting on the protagonist, who is trapped in a maze of nightmares. The clock represents anxiety with time. For example, the pale beings represent the unknown, which can be people or aspects of life. The way these pale figures run so fast is because in depression, it seems like the whole world rushes by, moving forward without even trying, while we're idle and stuck. The outside world is empty, our interests fade, and only social anxiety remains. Depression and anxiety are like traps that seem to be inescapable, so the positive ending of this game is the one in which we seek medical help. Only medical help can offer a glimmer of hope that helps us navigate a dark world. I could list all the psychological aspects contained in each scene and explain each one, but I decided not to because I love seeing people theorize. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. All the money from this project will help me pay for my medication and allow me to upgrade to start making 3D games. Thank you. Wow. Okay. After reading that, first of all, I just want to say I hope you're doing better. If the developer's watching this, I hope you're doing better. You really do have a talent for making games and creating projects like this, so I hope that you make more, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing what else you can come up with. But yeah, like I said, I hope that you're doing better, and I'm really glad that I got to play this game. I'll leave the link to this game in the description box below for anybody that wants to check out the developer and keep up with their future projects. But yeah, everybody, that is gonna do it for the game Glitch. Hopefully you enjoyed me playing through it. If you did, make sure you give this video one big fat like, and tell a friend today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is that dude.